So, welcome back everybody to your 101 Part 2 Career User Experiences. So if you first time, so let me introduce myself again. My name is Axel Time. I'm a Senior Technical Training Instructor with Appian. I've been with Appian for 4 years now. Amazing journey, okay? So before I joined Appian, I was also a Principal Technical Specialist, okay, doing things like UX design, web programming, React, Angular. And before that, I was a software engineer and developer working for various companies based in UK. So I'm based in London, okay? 10 hours flight, okay, amazing 10 hours flight to come here to show you our amazing Appian Copilot. Okay, so let's get started, everyone. Right, so the objective today, right, is that we're going to be building a basic application, yeah, continue on what we learned in part 1, okay? Look at some of the commonly used design objects that we've seen in part 1. And also, we're going to introduce to you the latest feature of Process HQ as well, all right? So very interesting. So before we dive into all the new features, to ensure we have enough time to get through all the content today, please save your question for the end, okay? And if you miss a click, okay, you have quick question mid-build, don't worry about it. Just raise your hand, and subject expert will come and give you some help. Subject expert, raise our hand, everybody. Okay, at the back. Cool. Right? And also, we'll have a solution prepared for you as well. Okay, so if you want to chat, you're welcome just to watch me, and then, but you also have a solution that you can chat at the end of the course. All right? Cool, excellent. Now, if this is the first time here, let me introduce to you the use case again. So, we are using this fictitious company called NextGen. Yeah, NextGen is a distribution company that runs all the fulfillment center. Okay. So, of course, they're going to be using Appian to automate their submission workflow across several teams. So our use case for today is that we are building an app to streamline new employee onboarding, okay? And the user should be able to complete their work on the site and also explore and report on some data, okay? So this is what we're going to do for this afternoon. So this is a site that we are actually working towards. Yeah, we're working towards. And there are going to be 2 pages. Yeah. So the first page is going to be a list of all the onboarding cases. And the second page is a page to start a new onboarding. Okay. And we're also going to edit the site so that actually reflect the NextGen branding. Yeah. Okay. We're going to be changing the logo and also the color scheme as well. Okay. Okay, so let's review quickly what we've done in part 1. Yeah, so we talked about in part 1, we introduced to use Appian Composer, which is amazing because remember, Appian Composer is our new AI Copilot that allows you to generate plans, okay, with requirements. You give suggestions for your personas, okay, for your data model as well, and you can also use it to generate objects, which we did so in our part 1. Okay, we updated the data model, we reviewed requirements and the persona, and also we generated groups and record types. Okay, so this is what we did for part 1, and then we also look at the record type. We generated some sample data, yeah, set up some record event, and refine the record list as well. All right, so we also have a look at this data fabric. Remember about relationship? Okay, you remember the joke. Anyway, I'm going to come to you later. Okay, so data fabric is about your record relationship, right? We talk about, right? So on this record, we have related record. We can show the relationship between each of the record. With the relationship, we can access the data and use it in your interface, in your process model. And this is what your data fabric is all about. All right, so we've done that all in part 1. So for this exercise, for this part 2, we're going to continue, okay, configuring the record type. Yeah, we're going to generate the summary view. We're going to explore an Appian interface object, okay, and then we're going to check out the process model to create an update and onboarding case as well. We also will add the security rule. And for exercise 2, we're going to create a site, add some pages for that, add 2 pages. We're going to choose the layout, add branding, and also styling. And then exercise 3, I'm going to introduce you to Process HQ to build a report. Excited enough? Yeah? Good. Lot of good stuff, right? Great. So let's carry on. So I'm assuming that everybody has accessed your environment, isn't it? Yeah? Very good. Excellent. If you're not accessed, make sure you go to devcon25.appian.community, right? And then you should see this page. If you already have login, they will be the first page you see. And if you already have your workspace, you will see take me to the designer. But what we're going to do is that we're going to check out the exercise guide first. Yeah? Use your navigation. Click on your navigation and scroll down to exercise guide. Right? So the exercise guide we want to use today is your Appian 101 Part 2. Okay? So everybody use your 101 Part 2. And also, we have this paper format. Okay? It's very expensive, okay? Make sure you bring home. Right? I know, right? So make sure you bring home, and then you can use it as well, yeah? So you can use your paper, or you can use the digital guide, okay? Right. So you're still, if you're in the exercise guide, you want to go back to your Appian Designer, you can use the navigation menu again, click on Appian Designer. All right, it'll bring you back to your Appian Designer. Now, let me remind you again. So when you get your workspace, you are assigned a workspace identifier. All right, a workspace identifier. And we need to keep this identifier in your app prefixes to avoid naming conflicts. All right? Now, so for this session, we're actually using P2. All right? So you have come up part 1, okay? We're just going to leave it for now. We're just going to concentrate on P2. So make sure you use the P2 of our application. Is it clear, everybody? Yeah, so we're going to start fresh. Everybody will exactly in the same level. Yeah? So click on P2 of your employee onboarding app, everybody. So when you click the P2, right, you see there's already some of the record type, process model, group that created for us. And if you tick the box, right, you know, these are something that we already generated using Appian Composer, all right, some of the record type. We have some process model as well. And we also have some groups and folders, okay? So some groups and folders. So what we're going to carry on now is that we're going to go to exercise 1. If you turn to page 2 of your study guide, everybody, yeah, and exercise 1 at the bottom, we're going to look at configuring a record type, all right, configuring a record type. So remember, in part 1, we actually generated a record type for NextGen. So now we're actually going to generate a summary view for it. So we select record type, right, and then we're going to click on this onboarding case, record type. Yeah? So you open up your onboarding case record type. Yeah? So what we're going to be doing next is we're creating a view. So under user experiences, click on view, everybody. All right? So basically, what is a view? So in Appian, a record view, right, show you user details about a record. So it's the first view on the record, and it's always visible to your users. Yeah? So the best practice in Appian is that we should always have a summary view. And then you can edit it, you can change it, you can customize it, you can even add multiple views. With this multiple view, you give your user a comprehensive, okay, information about your application. All right? So this is what view all about. So we're going to be generating a summary view. So click on the button called Generate Summary View, everybody. All right? Now, down here, you can see onboarding case has been created, has been selected, but we can also select all the related records. So we're going to select emergency contact and also role as well. All right? So this is the advantage of your data fabric. yeah, because of the data fabric, we can access of other record, other related record, right? So we will be generating the view also for emergency contact and also role as well. So after you've done that, everyone, just click on next. Okay? And then you can see the name is going to be called summary. Yeah, so summary, okay, is our default way to view information about our data. Okay, about data. Click on next, everyone. When you click on next, right, you can review the interface Appian is going to create for us. Yeah, so Appian is going to create a summary interface, and also we're going to be using an existing rule and constant folder. Okay, so click on generate view. Right, so now Appian is generating the interface for us, so that it will be the new object. So it's quite instant, right? And then click close, everyone. Oh, once you finish closing, do you remember what I tell you? What do you need to do next? Yeah, very good. You need to save your work, yeah? So in Appian, very important. Once you have, edit your view or create a record or interface or process model, always remember to save it. So we're going to save it for now, okay? Okay, very good. So the next thing what we're going to look at, right, is that we're going to quickly look at this summary interface that Appian has generated for us, right? So under view, okay, under the interface, can you see this orange link, okay? So you can open up the interface object by using Control-click if you're on a PC, or Command-click if you're on a Mac, okay? So use Control-click, click on this orange link, right? You open up your interface designer. Okay, so this is our amazing interface designer. So can you see, right, in this interface designer, right, we can basically do all the drag and drop, all right? And this is what Appian been talking about. This is our total experience, all right? It allows you to quickly create your interface in a very short space of time. Now, trust me, I've been a web developer for a very long time. Okay, and we also have a UX architect here, right? We know the importance of creating beautiful design and usable design, right? So Appian is actually using all the best web patterns that you see on the World Wide Web. You're allowed to create all this web pattern in just drag, and you can see all the nice patterns. So we have basic layout. We've got different types of input. If you put your cursor there, you can see how the input look like, all right? You got different kind of nice chart, right? So you got charts like this. Put your cursor there, you can see the chart. And you got different patterns as well. So these are all the commonly used patterns you use on the World Wide Web, all right? Again, amazing web patterns that you can use for your interfaces. You got design library as well, so you can save like a template, okay, for your organization, okay? And if you go to the center canvas, on the top, can you see there are 3 icons, yeah? In the center icon, you can actually check your interface in different devices, like the phone landscape, all right? You can have phone, portrait, yeah? You have things like, okay, tablet, okay? And also you have things like desktop as well, all right? So it's important, okay? As as a developer, we want to make sure our site work in every kind of platform, isn't it? As a UX designer, this is one of the developer as well. It's the most difficult thing, Remember those days with the IE, right? But Appian got no problem with that. Everything works, okay? Total experience, okay? So now, I'm going to just leave it for now for this interface designer. Now, I know that, right, it's towards the end of the workshop already. I think the workshop is finished. It's actually opening concurrently. But if you're interested, right, there is a very, there are courses in the Appian community, okay, Appian Academy, where you can learn more about this interface designer, okay? So you want to learn more, do stay back and ask all of our subject experts, okay? Cool. So close this step for now, everybody. And we're going to go to page 4. Everybody, if you go to page 4, reviewing generated record action. All right? Now, so remember in part 1, okay, when we actually generate our record type, all right, you can ask the Appian Composer to generate the record action for us as well. So remember I told you, right, in our record is not static. Okay, record allows you to do things like create new record, edit the record, delete the record. These are known as action, okay, in Appian. Right, so down here, if you click on action, everybody, under user experience, right? So you can see under the record list action, we have a new, this is creating a new onboarding case. And in Appian, like delete and update, we call them related action, okay, related action. So in the record list action part, we have 2 objects here. We have like a process model, right? We also have our interfaces. So what we're going to do is that we're going to click on this process model, the Appian Composer generated for us, right? Voila! This is your main beating heart of all your application, okay? In all your application. So a process model in Appian defines how an actual process runs in your application. So you can easily connect your process model to your interfaces, to your record type, and also other objects as well, all right? So this is the beating heart of your application. In Appian, right, we use the business notation model, right? You got circle, yeah, which is a start and end event. You got your diamond shape, which is your decision, all right? So they are also called gateway in Appian as well, right? And then you got your rectangle. So the rectangle is different activity. Down here you got delete record and write record, all right? So we're going to actually debug this process model. So everybody click on File, Start Process for Debugging, right? So when you click on that, right, you can see a form. Again, this form is generated by Appian as well, right? We use Appian Composer to generate this form. Now, to save a bit of time, we're just going to click Cancel. Okay, everybody click Cancel. So when you click Cancel, can you see the flow? Yeah, you go from start, and then cancel, it straight away go to the end node, all right? And we can view each of these instances, right? So in Appian, every process model can create different copy, yeah? Each of those copy, we call them instances, understand? So just look at these instances. You can click on the tab, which is Process Details, everyone, all right? So in the process details, you can see the instance variable, the history, the process node, and also the errors as well if you have, all right? So this is how the process model works, okay? Again, if you want to learn more about the process model, we also have a lot of very useful courses in the Appian Academy, all right? Okay, so we're going to close this tab for now, everybody. And now we're going to carry on with exercise. So everybody turn to your exercise guide on page 6. Okay? Go to page 6 of your exercise guide. At the bottom part, make a data set available in Process HQ. So what we're going to do next, right, is that we're going to make this record type, okay, available for our Process HQ. So remember, right, if you have anybody used Process HQ before, raise your hand. Okay? So, okay, of course, you are Appian people, right? Okay? Right, but rest of you, let me remind you. So Process HQ is also a fantastic feature in Appian, which is a workspace, okay, for all the business users, all right, for explore, analyze enterprise data and processes to gain insight how you can use to optimize your business. Okay, so in a moment, right, we're going to look at this Process HQ. So in order to make this record type available in the Process HQ, everybody click on Workspaces under User Experience, all right? And then tick the box under Data Fabric Insight, show this record type as a data set in the data catalog of Process HQ, All right, so we want to make this available in the process HQ. After we've done that, what should we do next? Very good, good job. Save your work, okay? So we're going to click Save. All right, good, good, good. Now, after we click Save, right, we're going to actually move on to the next part of our exercise. So if you actually go to page 7 of your notes, or your study guide, right, we're going to talk about configure record level securities, okay? Record level securities. Now, security for data in Appian is applied in different layers, all right? You can have it in the record type, in the record field, in the individual record view or action. Now, when Appian Composer generated this record for us, right, there's already some basic security set for us. So we already set the users group to be administrator, and the administrator group to be administrator permission, the user group to be viewer permission. All right? So that is the basic security we set. Now, any user with the viewer permission can see all the available record. Okay? But for our next-gen use case, we have something more stricter guideline. So what's happening, right, is that we want the hiring manager to only see onboarding case if they're listed as hiring manager. And for the application administrator and HR specialist, they should be able to see all the onboarding cases, all right? So what we're going to do next, right, we're going to actually edit the securities, all right? So everybody go back to your designer, all right? To your record designer. If you go to under security, select record level security. Got it, everyone? Yeah? Okay. So under the record level security, click on new security rule. All right? So for the first part of the new security rule, we're going to use user file in field, okay? And then we're going to type in hiring manager. So the first one is going to just type in HIR. You will see the hiring manager. See that, everybody? Got that? Yeah? So we got the hiring manager, okay, for the first security rule. And we're going to add another one. So create and add another rule. So for the second one, we're going to actually use two groups. Okay, so who is part of this rule? User found in the group. Just type in P2. Remember, we are in the P2 of our application, P2. So the first group is going to be the administrator. And part P2 again, okay? And the second group is going to be the HR specialist, yeah? So now, only these two groups, okay, can view all the onboarding case, yeah? So this is how you can add security rule, okay, in Appian. So click Create, everybody, right? So now, after you do this security level, security, of course, you need to test. It's quite important, right, as developer to test. And Appian has made it very easy for us to test them. So in the right-hand corner, can you see test security rule? Just type in your login name. So if I type in Axel Tom, right? Right? And then if I click on test, I should return 100%. Why? Because I belong to the administrator group. Understand? Okay, belong to the administrator group. Does everybody got 100%? Raise your hand. Good, good job, right? So after you've done all the testing, what do you have to remember to do? Save, yeah, save, very important. Now, okay, so make sure you save your work. Now, one thing for me to, once you save it right, okay, is that all your security configuration also apply to your process HQ as well, okay? So this is actually very useful, okay? Or the security rule also applies to the process HQ, okay? Right, is everybody still following me? Okay then? Cool. So everybody turn to page 9 of your notes, okay? We're going to go to the second exercise, which is create a site. Yeah, so we're going to learn to create a site. So now we have this record list, All right, we want user to be able to create, review, or update all our onboarding cases from our central site. Yeah. So you can close this tab now, everybody. So if you close this tab, okay, and then if you back to your Appian Designer, so click on New, okay, and then select Site. All right. So we're going to give it some sort of information there. You can type it in if you want to, or you can copy and paste. So this is going to be employee onboarding. All right. We're going to call it employee onboarding. Right. And display name, we're just going to copy and paste. Right. And then in the web address identifier, you'll be automatically done for us. And then for the description, we're going to say site for next-gen application, okay? So we're just going to call it site for next-gen application. Okay, so do that now, everybody. All right, so fill out those information. When you've done that, just raise your hand so that I know you finished. Thank you very much. Thank you. Good job. All right, so when you've done that, click on Create Everyone. Okay, so next thing, right, we'll review the site securities. Okay, over make sure we have at least two groups, okay? We have the users group setting to viewer permission, and we also have administrator group setting to administrator permission, yeah? So this is the site security. When you've done that, click Save, everyone. Okay, so now we have our site designer, okay? So in the site designer, you can actually further configure your site. So on the top, it shows you the display name. There's a web address. Now we're going to add a new page. So click on Add Page, everybody. So the first page we're going to add, right, is our, we're going to add the page. We could call that onboarding case. So type in onboarding case. Okay. And then the web address identifier will be created for us. That. And then for the type, right, we're going to use a record list. All right? And if you just type in P2, all right, you'll bring out your onboarding record list. So make sure you select your P2 onboarding case record list. Okay? Got everyone? You've got that? Just raise up your hands when you're done. Thank you. Thank you very much. Good job, all right? And then we're going to click Add. Okay? And immediately, you can look at the preview of the site, yeah? On the right-hand side. It's amazing. It's very good, isn't it? So we're going to create another page. So click on Add Page again, everyone. So for this page, right, we're going to create another page. We're going to call it Create Case. Okay? So type in Create Case. Okay? And then you have a web address identifier created for us. And for the icon, we're going to type in plus. So we have a nice plus icon. Okay? And then from the type, we're going to be using action. Now for this, right, we're actually calling the process model. All right? So when we click on this page, right, you'll call the process model. So if you type in P2 again, you're going to bring up the create or update onboarding case process model. Yeah? Is it enough, everybody? If you follow me? Good, excellent. So when you've done that, you can click Create. Okay? So we can further edit this. Now you've got two pages in the branding preview. You can see, right, the first page is onboarding case, is a record list. The create case, right, we will be able to create a case as well. So if we scroll down further, we can also change things like your layout. So we're going to select sidebar. Okay, so now you can see the navigation appear on the sidebar. And then for the background color, we're going to change it as well. We're going to select hex code. Okay, and in the hex code, use the color palette. Choose a nice blue color. All right, so you can change the blue color. And we're also going to change the logo as well. So under logo, can you see document, everyone? See document there? Yeah? So select document for logo. And then if you type in OF, okay, next gen, next, something like that, right? You should be able to come up with the next gen technologies local wide. Okay, got that, everyone? So type in OF next gen. Okay, all right. So now you have your layout. You have the background color. You got the logo. And then if you scroll down on the branding, what we're going to do is that we're going to change the input shape to semi-rounded, the dialog shape to be semi-rounded, against the button shape also to be semi-rounded, okay? And straight away in the branding preview, okay, you can see, right, okay, dialog box, you have a little bit of semi-rounded here. Can you see that? It's very slight, okay? But it's quite nice, okay? Okay. So after you've done all those, what do you have to remember to do? Save. Good job, right? So whenever you edit a record list, okay, process model, or even your site, remember to save. Now, there are various ways you can actually view this site. You can use the URL on the top, like the web address, or you can click on the navigation menu. Everybody click on the navigation menu. Scroll down, you should be able to see your display name, okay, which is P2 Embroidery Onboarding. Can you see that? Yeah, click on that. You open up your site, right? Isn't it quite fast? Yeah, less than 45 minutes, we have created a very beautiful site. So this is what it's all about, okay? Appian is about total experiences. You can create your application quickly with all the best UX and UI. Okay, down here, you can view the new onboarding case, right? You can even create a new case as well with the action, all right? And in the case ID, if you click on it, you also show you the summary view as well. Beautiful design summary view, right? Because life is short. All right, we use the rest of the time for partying. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, everybody going to join me right later on the partying, right? Okay, cool. So, right, so use all these facilities. This is amazing in Appian. Allows you to create a site, right, quickly, using drag and drop, using our design system, okay? And you work in every platform, okay? Good. Still following me, everyone? Good, excellent. So the next thing we're going to do is that we're going to go to your page 13. Everybody, go to your page 13. Okay, we're going to look at exercise 3 at the bottom of your exercise 3, right? So we're going to look at building a report in Process HQ, okay? So remember, I told you, right, Process HQ is a workspace for our business users. So you can use it to report, monitor, the action on your enterprise data and processes. And in the Process HQ, you're allowed to create your report and dashboard. You can customize it, okay? Use your AI Copilot, okay, to edit it, to get new insight, yeah? And also, you can use guided experiences to explore more processes, right? Quickly detect issue and improve efficiency as well, all right? So we're going to be looking at this Process HQ. Now, back to your designer. If you have, go back to your site designer, you can click on the navigation menu. And the first tab is your Process HQ. Got that? Yeah? Okay, that? Yeah. Open up your Process HQ. Everybody open up. If you open up, give us a hand. Okay? Cool. Okay? Cool. Excellent. So this is your Process HQ. So down here, you can see there's different kinds of report and dashboard. Yeah? And we're going to click on the third icon, which is Data Catalog. Can you see the Data Catalog, the icon? So when you click on the third icon, you show you, okay, if you have this dialog box come out, just click on Close. Okay, click on Close. Right? So the first thing you see is all the data set which is available for us. Of course, we already have the data set for the onboarding case as well. But we're going to use a guided experience. So everybody select guided experience, right? By using a guided experience, you'll guide you, right, the things you want to describe your report, and you can create your report, all right? So first thing, you start by selecting how to aggregate or list your data. We're going to use count, all right? And then we're going to select our report. Our report, you type in P2, yeah, you'll bring out your onboarding case. Okay, so it's count of the onboarding case. And then we're going to use group. Okay, so we're going to group it by status. So again, we are using our record type relationship, our data fabric, yeah, record type relationship. So select group by status. And then we're going to use status value. Okay, status value. So now you can see the report we are creating, right, is a count of the onboarding case, group by status value, yeah? And immediately you have the nice report created for you, all right? So when you've done that, you can click on Create Report, everyone. Okay? So now Appian has created a report for us. So again, now down here, you can continue to edit report. You can take on any field that you want to show in your report, all right? So immediately reflect down here. You can change the design as well, like to a pie chart, okay, to a bar chart, all right? To a column. You can even use the AI Copilot here, okay? So there's an AI Copilot here to allow you to input more insight or action, okay? You want to take on your report, all right? And then you can save it, all right? And then make sure, and then you can also share it with your team as well, all right? Okay, so this is amazing facilities, the Process HQ. Again, I'm going to stop for now, Process HQ. There's so much more to learn in Process HQ. Now, if you're interested, again, in our Appian Academy, we have online courses as well as you can take, okay? So if you're interested, stay back. I'll show you where you can find the course, okay? Cool. Right, so this is our Process HQ. Good, so we're done the Process HQ. And yeah, so we come to the end of our session. So remember, right, we have lots of very interesting courses for you in Appian community, yeah, to learn more about your Process HQ, to learn more about the sales design system, which is our interface, okay, which you can find it in Appian Academy. Make sure you check out all the latest documentation for the Appian Composer, Process HQ. If you are interested in certification, check out our certification and skill batches. And there's also a lot of interesting video for you in YouTube as well, all right? Does everybody enjoy the session? Yes, good. So if you enjoy, oh, not yet, I haven't finished. I have to do my last bow dance. Now, if you enjoy the session, make sure you fill our session-specific survey, okay? Make sure you fill in my survey. So you guys have been amazing students, dedicated, all right? Love you guys. So give us a big clap, everyone. Yay!